YouTube. What's up, everybody on YouTube? This is a warm-up for the show.
I got enough battery.
Got coffee.
I think.
You got enough battery to do something? Check it.
I got some battery power. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go. It's time. It's time to start the show. Who wants to go? It's time to start the show.
Are we starting?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even sad.
It's time. It's time to start the show. Everybody go. Are you ready to start the show? This guy? This guy? Everybody here? It's time. It's time to start the show. It's time. It's time to start the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Monday M.A.S.S, the world's greatest action sports podcast. I'm Chris Coté. Wake up.
Sorry. Hi. Hey, everybody. Hi. This
Don't
is
need these headphones anymore because it's going to sound like shit anyway.
This is the Monday M.A.S.S, and we are live. And guess what? Let's go.
What is it? Oh, it's an actual Monday, February 19th.
Copy that. Copy
it?
that. It is.
February 19th, 2024.
I'm pulling up all kinds
2024.
I got more windows open here than... I'm
Dude,
not even going to say it.
I'm going to be honest with
I was
you.
going to say something terrible.
I'm going to be honest with you, Todd. I'm going to be honest with you, listeners. I'm fried.
Why? What happened? Why are you fried?
I went ahead and saw Ween last night.
Oh, yeah?
Bananas and Blow. Baby Bitch. The Mollusk. I mean, all the hits.
We still haven't... I mean, I think we've gotten a light confirmation
Of what?
that Baby Bitch is actually about Barrett Christie.
Really?
Yes. She dated in high school.
And Barrett Christie's a snowboarder.
She's a snowboarder.
Legend.
She's married to Temple Cummins, the mom of Cannon Cummins. And apparently that song...
Apparently, it's my first time on live TV.
Apparently that song is about her.
That's amazing. Well, I saw Ween with a group
Has anyone
of
else heard? I
friends.
mean, I feel like when I was living with Barrett,
I can look it up.
she told me that story. And there's another song that's also about her.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's Baby.
Which one did she date, Gene or Dean?
I don't fucking know.
Well, there's only two of them.
It's Baby Bitch is one of them, and then there's another song about like a breakup.
Oh, there's plenty of breakup songs in the Ween
Anyways,
catalog.
I thought that was always fascinating.
It's like the new, kind of like Deadhead experience.
Yeah, it's like
there was some serious
I don't even like.
trippers.
I'm not even sure if I like Ween.
Yeah, you do.
I don't think I do.
Everybody should like Ween.
I don't know.
I was there with Brandon, my friend Brandon from Sunbender, Isaiah Mitchell from Earthless, Zach. We had a whole crew.
I don't think I like them.
Yeah.
Nothing that you say is going to make me like them.
Well, we stepped through the portal, Todd.
What does that mean?
We stepped through the portal into Weensville, USA at the Sound in Del Mar. Thank you to the Sound and the Belly Up and Pete McDevitt and the whole crew for bringing Ween to San Diego. None of us will ever be the same. My serotonin levels are rock bottom.
Really? Oh,
Stayed
because
up way too late.
because you went there last night.
I've
What do
never
you-
heard the song. Who's calling me?
I don't know. It's Siri's responding to you.
You never heard the song "Waving My Dick in the Wind"?
It's a lifestyle.
Not that I was doing it.
That is a
but,
lifestyle, Chris. It's a
So-
lifestyle choice.
You know, if things are slow and a little bit off, it's my fault. It's Ween's fault.
All right.
These messages are brought to you by our good friends. The Monday M.A.S.S is presented by Spy Optics at Spy Optic.
Look at this.
Goggles,
This
glasses.
is what goggles look like. These feature magnetic on and offs.
Come on, is that the technical term for them? On and offs?
But I'm just saying that there's a lot of goggles that feature the magnets on there, but these actually, once you put the magnets on, you can actually double lock them down, which is nice.
If
Because you
heard
don't get the snow. Like sometimes the magnetic lenses, like they still let snow in.
Right.
Just don't let snow in. I think that's a bonus.
I like that Insane Clown Posse song about magnets. Spy Optics. We have a code for Spy Optic if you want to go to their website. You want to get some RX glasses like me. These are Spy. Hey. Use the code. Is it Monday M.A.S.S?
Yeah, 30% off.
Why did you answer like that?
20.
I'm
20
just
it's
asking.
actually no. It's 20% off. But if you go to their site today, because it's President's Day weekend, they're offering 30% off of everything.
When did President's Day weekend start? And why do we have it? Is it for George Washington or is it for all presidents?
It's for, just president. I mean, I'm the president of Monday M.A.S.S.
You're vice president. We don't know the president of Monday M.A.S.S. He's like a shadowy figure. Todd, is this considered ski week? This is ski week, right?
Ski week starts this week.
But that's an East Coast thing.
It's not, because it's a West Coast thing too. I think all the kids around here are out of school to go. I mean, look, I love going snowboarding, but there are weeks of the year that I refuse to go. This is one of them. Like, there's Christmas week, which if you live in the town, it is the bane of your existence. And then there's ski week, which is almost as bad as Christmas week, but it's not good.
However, flip side of that, if you want to go ride powder, and you want to go to a mountain that's big enough to accommodate a lot of people during ski week, go to Mammoth Mountain. Mammoth Mountain just received a huge, new, fresh dump of snow. There's powder all over the place. The entire mountain's open. So, yeah, it's ski week, and, yeah, there's going to be people there, but Mammoth is massive, and it can handle a big crowd. So get your ass up to Mammoth Mountain, at Mammoth Mountain on Instagram. If you're not following them, you should, because they actually put up some really good, funny, insightful videos.
Gabe Taylor rips through with his head cam on and
always here for.
Hey, but I will say this though: Mammoth put up something that was really interesting the other day, and I don't know if anyone out there follows Mammoth, but they all do. They had on their Instagram just how dangerous it is
to go under the ropes,
to be cutting ropes, especially with the amount of snow that is on a very shabby base from earlier in this season. And the last thing that anyone wants to do is throw an avalanche triggering device and having it come down and kill somebody. So I just think I think more ski areas should present that when there's times of severe avalanche danger. The ski patrol should straight up get on the Instagram and be like, look, this isn't a freaking joke. You will die, or you will cause somebody else to die,
right,
if you cut ropes into areas. For crying out loud.
It's my dad.
How come you don't turn your ringer off? You never turn your ringer off.
I have one kid in the canyons riding mountain bikes. I have another kid doing flips over concrete. So I gotta have my phone on, just in case.
All right. That's all.
You want to talk to my dad?
Has he seen any good movies lately? No.
Hey, Dad.
Oh, God.
What's going on, Chris?
What is he doing?
Oh, just doing our podcast. Did you see the Bob Marley movie?
No, is it good?
No, I was asking you if it's good.
I heard it's really good.
Well, when you see it, will you call me and tell me?
I will.
All right, I love you. I'm doing a live recording.
Buddy. Love you, and I'll talk to you in a couple days.
Well, what about tomorrow? A couple days. I want to talk to my dad.
Dude, your dad just hung up on you.
Jeez.
He said to talk to you in a couple days. It's obvious. Wow.
1620 Workwear at 1620 USA. American-made products for people who work. I love these clothes. They're indestructible. They look cool. And the owners and operators are super awesome. So they have all the support in the world from me and for actual people doing jobs. I know some of our audience. We got Devin on the getting on the gear. Devin Curran, who fixes refrigerator, not really work. TJ from Pizel is now on the 1620 program. He works in the Pizel surfboard factory. So it's spreading, and it's good. It's good news at 1620 USA. Hansen Surfboards, OG shop right here in Encinitas, California. Surf and snow, and what I like about one thing I like about Hansen's, right? Any member of your family can go in there and find something they want. There's a big like mom section, with like
Tchotchkes.
clothes and tchotchkes and dresses. There's like shirts for your dad, your uncle, Hawaiian shirts, all kinds of that stuff. There's wetsuits, all the snow gear you could want, all the surfboards you want to go in there and touch them. They're there, and the entire staff is super cool. They'll help you with everything at Hansen Surfboards. Todd, Machu Picchu energy. Can I have one? Can I have one?
Alyssa, you need to send us Machu Picchu.
You're airing your personal business.
It's not
on
real
I just
personal.
talked to my dad.
I know you did, but we drank all the Machu Picchu, okay? And I guess that's a good problem to have. But
Well, that shows we endorse the product.
we
and
do
like it.
we endorse the living daylights out of it.
That's right.
We need more Machu Picchu energy. There's no sugar. It's got matcha, so you can count on it.
And John is actually drinking a ton of it while surfing insanely wild Sunset Beach, and he's probably going to win this
Oh, yeah,
contest, and
Sunset
he's probably
Comp.
going to win the world
I keep
title.
forgetting that there's okay.
We'll talk about that in surf news. Lastly, for this opening ad block,
Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce. We've got
we got news.
some specials and some news. Do you like those giant oversized offerings
Yes.
that Costco has?
Yes.
The answer is yes, if you have a Costco card. I recently went to Costco and tried to check out, and I didn't realize that the membership was under my wife's name, and they made me put the cart back.
You couldn't get your stuff.
No. They said, no, your name has to match the name on the cart. I did the embarrassing about face with the cart. But anyways,
They didn't let you.
no, because your ID doesn't
Well,
match the card. It
don't
may
be
have
like
been
Todd.
someone being a stickler for the rules, but give him the
That
lowdown.
has nothing to do with this news, though.
What's the news?
Bachan's Big Bottle is on sale right now at every Costco. It's the best deal of the year. It's $6.99 for a bottle this big.
Mm-hmm.
In my house, that
Which
will
will
last
you a
4
week.
days.
Yeah.
Because I drink the stuff like it's water. Love that Japanese barbecue sauce by Bachan's. It's the best.
Let's get into surf news.
It's brought to you by Hansen Surfboards. Sunset Beach. Wild, unruly, outlandish conditions.
Chris, you have a headline here that is going to be very controversial, and I think if I say it, there's a pretty good chance that we're going to have a whole bunch of hate coming
the Brazilian storm is fizzling out in 2024.
Wow.
Well,
That is a serious headline.
that's a serious accusation. But Todd,
Cry is free? Is
so
it still free? Like, if the Brazilian storm fizzles out, will the price of Cry increase from free?
the exchange rate is really even right now with crying. Nobody's crying yet, right? So I have seen on the internet some rumor. I wrote this the other day when I was like putting in notes. Then I saw this morning Beach Grit's starting to get on this story. Stab's talking about it a little bit.
Oh, so we're just bandwagoning.
No, I was first. I was first to this news,
When did
to
the
this opinion.
when did
So
the-
here's why.
when did the Brazilian storm begin its fizzle?
At Pipeline, I was super hot to trot, thinking Gabriel Medina was going to come on tour 2024 and destroy everyone.
Mm.
Dude ruined my fantasy team at Pipeline. Italo disappeared. So Gabriel and Italo, two of the three-headed monster from Brazil, disappeared at Pipe. They both have disappeared at Sunset. Felipe Toledo has pulled out. So that's a different story, which, whatever. We support that. We support him.
If we
But-
had sound effects, I would use like the balloon going.
But what happened? And it's the last 2 years it's happening. Well, Felipe won the title, so that was like pinnacle storm. But Pipeline, you think Italo, Gabriel, they're going to come out there and dominate. They disappeared.
I don't think.
Yago Dora is the highest rated Brazilian surfer right now, 17th in the world.
I don't think that there's like there's no fizzle. I think it's just like shit ebbs and flows.
Well,
I'm-
that's a fizzle. That's a literal
It's not really a
definition
fizzle.
of a
I think
fizzle.
I think everyone built it up into this hype machine, and then when
Because
it
they
doesn't,
won the last 8 world championships, Brazilians.
yeah,
Okay?
I understand.
And
what you're
they
saying.
won nearly every contest.
But shit ebbs
one
and
of
flows.
them-
How many freaking years was?
Okay, the Brazilian storm is fizzling. Right?
Whatever.
You said it.
I didn't say.
You
it.
said it. Brazilian surf fans, Todd said it. That's just what we're seeing right now. We're only 1.5 contests in,
Uh-huh.
but you would. I think a lot of us just expected more, and that is a compliment. Where is Italo and Gabriel? What is going on with these guys? Yago Dora is underperforming as well. He's supposed to be in title contention in 2024. But a lot will change. We're
Yeah,
going
but
to Australia after sunset.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Kelly Slater. So, Todd, you and Kelly Slater are the same age, right?
No, he's older than me.
He's older than you
Mhm.
by like a year or
A
two?
year, I think.
Okay. So, there's two sides happening right now.
Wait, maybe I'm older than him. How old is he?
50.
He's older than 50.
He's 50.
He's just 50?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
I think so.
I don't think you're right.
Or 51 as of
I'm
February.
I'm older than he is.
What was Kelly Slater's birthday?
We
Siri.
we don't need to look this up.
Siri.
This isn't
What
necessary.
is Kelly Slater's birthday?
We don't need to look. We don't need to go into this.
What's pertinent? Because Kelly Slater did lose in the contest, has already said twice in the last two contests that he doesn't know if he wants to compete anymore or can compete. But then he goes out there and does the sickest carving 360.
I feel like Kelly's been saying he doesn't know if he wants to compete for the last 10 years.
Kelly, don't retire. Please don't. You can do it. Did you know the carving 360 I'm talking about?
Yeah.
God, that was insane. I don't understand how that didn't get like a 9. But anyway, Slater saying his hips, his body is on the brink. But, I mean, the punishment he's taken for being so good, you still eat shit a lot when you're surfing, especially in Hawaii, especially in the waves that he surfs. So, we'll see. I don't want him to retire ever. John Florence and the Australians on the men's side of the draw are the big news that's happening in Hawaii. Second stop of the championship tour. Saying it right now, John Florence is going to win the 2024 world title. Today, February 19th, Chris Coté said John Florence is going to win the title.
Does it reflect poorly on the WSL that I am not even remotely interested in watching these events right now?
A lot of people don't care for Sunset Beach.
It's not that I don't care for Sunset Beach. I just feel like, back in the day when we were like moving from Thanksgiving into Christmas, there was a lot more fanfare about it.
Right.
And I've said this a million times. I don't like the way the new tour starts and it stops, but like there's just not like there's no fanfare.
Right.
Like I just don't care.
Okay.
I wish I cared.
Yeah.
I'm trying to care.
What would you care about? What kind of surf events would you care about?
Well,
Are you excited about the Olympics for surfing?
Not particularly. I just,
maybe it's a surfing problem you have in general.
It's not. It just seems like it's like when, for me, it was the same for so many years of like you'd move into the beginning of winter and you would start with Haleiwa, it would start and Haleiwa, and then you go into Sunset and Pipe and the whole thing, and it was great, and there was always something going on, but it's just weird. Like this year, I just don't even, I don't know. I just don't feel like there's a lot of hype.
I think the Triple Crown had a lot to do with that. I think the Triple Crown being the be-all, end-all add-on to the end of the tour added a lot of excitement to that.
But also, I feel like I was more engaged when the tour would start in Australia, and you would have Snapper, and then you would have Bells, and then you would have Margaret River, and like I just felt like I was more engaged.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hear you. Keep your eye on this chat. They might be saying interesting stuff.
You guys have anything to say in the chat?
Well, so anyway.
Doesn't look like
John Florence is going off. The women have not surfed yet, but when they do, I'm pretty sure all eyes will be on Molly Picklum and Katie Simmers. I think this is probably the most exciting thing in competitive surfing right now is, even though, again, it's just been one contest, but seeing these two young women just already kind of creating this fun rivalry.
I have something to add.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'll say that you said to look in the chat. I'm looking in the chat.
Okay.
And Takuna54 says, do you feel the same way about snowboarding this year? Like there's no hype. Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Like I kind of feel the same way, and maybe it's just like there's not a lot of excitement I mean, it's not to say that the surfing isn't exciting. It's not to say the snowboarding isn't exciting, but there's just not like, is it just too much stimulation from like a million different angles now that we just literally don't have the same draw to these events that we used to, because it's literally coming at you from every different angle on social media?
Maybe.
Like just the sports? I don't know.
Maybe it's a timing thing, because if I didn't know you and I didn't do an action sports podcast, I wouldn't really know like what was happening in competitive snowboarding, because X Games happened and that
Mhm.
was like interest peaked, and then after that it's kind of like sporadic
Do you
contests.
feel like
when's is the US Open still a thing?
the U.S. Open isn't a thing anymore? But do you feel
That
like
was a big thing.
that was a big thing? I
Should be a
I
thing.
kind of feel like, and someone said this in the chat too, is like the Locks Open with the Bomb Hole doing like a Mystery Science Theater takeover, where it's the raw, like kind of fun commentary.
Right.
I feel like maybe the and also the Red Bull event that happened 2 weeks ago was like,
Heavy metal.
it was insane. We're actually going. Grendies and I are going in to do the voiceover for that tomorrow, so you guys will be able to see that on ESPN pretty soon. But like, I just feel like almost like the formula needs to get flipped a little bit
To more
to
raw?
make it more raw, more fun, more like there needs to be something else to engage me besides like in snowboarding. It's like, look, the kids are incredible. They're doing like 2160s and like that kind of stuff is incredible, but like it's boring, and I need something else to bring me there, to hold me there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this is the same in surfing. I don't know.
Good tangent. Jamie O'Brien just dropped a vlog where he says we are about to surf the coldest wave in the world, which it's
He was
very
there.
cold.
He was there. This has happened while we were in Japan.
Jamie O'Brien was in Hokkaido and he was surfing, and the wave looked pretty fun. The water temperature in Hokkaido was 4.6 Celsius.
40 degrees Fahrenheit, which
40.
is that's like New England in the winter.
I surfed in 30 something in Iceland. Jamie.
What mill did you wear? Mitts or gloves?
Mitts.
And like how like
6'5"? 6'5", 7mm booties, 5mm gloves, hood. I didn't do any like
Vaseline
on my face. Save the Vaseline for test after you surf. And okay, so the average temperature in Hokkaido in the ocean is 37. So that's very cold.
It's really
Jamie's
cold.
ripping. It's cool.
It's
I like
just-
that. It's that's like a action sports melding.
Melding. I get
Told you, dude. Ween
it's-
fried my brain, bro.
How like
Bro.
what can you do to pump your serotonin? What's like a thing?
Pannikin coffee and tea. Perfect segue. Nothing. I just stayed up too late. It's not a big deal. I'll be fine.
Like I don't feel like we talked about like when we were younger, like there was no like, oh, my serotonin's depleted. You were just hungover.
Well, I'm not hungover. I didn't even drink.
You're just fried.
Just like out late, A lot of joy in there.
Mm.
We got a new beer company started by Nathan Florence, Rob Machado, Matt Mayola, LB Layer. It is called Easy Rider. And Nate Florence says, the goal is just to be a tasty, light beer. It's American made, gives back to national parks, and we're stoked on how it came out. The look is awesome. The taste is awesome. Classic throwback to the big beers of the 90s. We're not trying to be some new hippie IPA weird craft beer that 1% of people are going to like. There's so much of that.
Mm.
I didn't even drink any of that shit. We figured let's make a good beer. If you want to be cheap, if you're going to be light, and you can drink it all day if you want to.
That's right. You need to take all that money and you put it into getting Clydesdale horses.
That's already a thing.
I know, but no one. It's time to bring
It's
Clydesdales
called
back,
Easy Rider, which is a motorcycle thing.
which is kind of like St. Archer.
This is like beer for badasses, apparently.
It's like St. Archer.
Send us some.
but like a different St. Archer.
It's
like
called
like
Easy Rider.
Like a better one though. Like this, like people will buy this one, but because they liked what St. Archer was, and they'll buy this one.
St. Archer changed the game, made a lot of people a lot of money,
I'm just saying. It's
I
like,
didn't make any money.
it's just funny that it's just like I feel like there's other shit. Like,
Well, there's another non-alcoholic craft beer called Ration Ale that is amazing, spreading like wildfire. It's the second fastest growing craft NA in the world.
how come no one
Ration
has?
Ale.
Why hasn't anyone tapped the malt liquor energy drink thing? I mean, Four Loko is really the only people that sit in that. Well, I guess there's like is there a Monster one?
Yeah, they all have.
But I just feel
hard,
like why
like hard malt.
why doesn't someone do like a craft Four Loko-y company, and then just be
They're
like,
giving
look,
away $1 million.
do you want to
idea
get
here.
buzzed and do shit
Dude, I remember.
at a very high level
Did you ever drink
with super low cognizant skills?
Cognizant? Did you ever drink
Cognizant?
the original Four Locos?
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude.
Dude, I had 2 Four Locos one time.
Two?
And going to a concert,
Did you tear your skin off your
I
face?
almost jumped out of the car on the freeway.
Well, because you're having
This was a long time ago.
it's like an upper and a downer at the same time, and your body
It's
just has to like sort it out.
Chugging 4 Red Bulls and 2 40 ounces of malt liquor all in one. God, those were the days. Talk about serotonin levels. Four Loko would eat serotonin and murder it. Kai Lenny is a Taco Bell enthusiast, and this is very strange.
Okay,
Out of
I'm here for
nowhere.
this. I'm here for it.
Kai Lenny on his Instagram announced that he won a Bell Award, the best Live Mas moment. And it came out that
Oh,
Kai
because
Lenny
Moss is for
live more.
much. Yeah.
live much,
Mhm,
mucho,
mhm.
mas. It turns out, I mean, we are all sitting here thinking Kai Lenny, who, when you listen to any surf event that he's in, you'll know that he actually rides all different types of boards. I don't know if you knew that.
Mhm.
Kai Lenny sups, foils,
Mhm.
windsurfs, kite surfs.
Get to the part
Big
where
wave
this.
surfing.
Get to the part where I can make a Taco Bell shitting your pants
He's
joke.
also a Taco Bell enthusiast. Every Christmas for a long time, he gets Taco Bell gift cards, and he goes and he buys like 40 bean and cheese burritos for his friends and family. And basically, he went out to a big event in Las Vegas. They had a
Mhm.
huge room and a stage, and it was the Taco Bell Awards or something. And he got this award, and it's just all very strange. But I'm happy for him. Kylan's a big
Do you
fan
remember
of the show.
Do you remember Mexican pizza? That used to be like a Taco Bell. It was basically like a tostada,
Right.
and they called it Mexican
For
pizza.
Americans to enjoy.
Right.
For Americans that just will not bring themselves to say or eat
I
a
can't-
tostada.
It's mucho good. That's like the funny part about this best Live Mas moment. Like, come on, you're trying to like pass off like the only thing, like I guess, true to Mexican food at Taco Bell is that there's some beans in it.
I haven't had Taco Bell. I'm a Del Taco guy.
Really?
So Del Taco,
I got
you wanna give an
really,
award.
really, really bad food poisoning at Taco Bell once in Boulder, Colorado, to the point where they gave me a card that I could eat for free at Taco Bell. I'm not even shitting you.
You were shitting. me.
100%.
You were shitting.
100% serious.
What? So what happened?
Okay.
You
so
ate your food, and then what happened?
I ate my food at Taco Bell.
Okay.
The next day.
Here's
I
your
actu-
Taco Bell poo talk
Okay, here we
moment.
go. So there was a Taco Bell. I think it was on Arapahoe in Boulder. If you
Okay.
live in Boulder or have been there, like, it's probably gone. They
If
probably
you
burned
live
it.
under a boulder,
So, and this is like 1990.
okay,
Okay, so
that's like heyday of Taco Bell.
this is like heyday of Taco Bell, and Taco Bell used to have this like customer satisfaction guarantee.
Okay.
It was like
was
on
guaranteed.
It was like on the door.
Yeah.
So I got food poisoning really, really bad at Taco Bell. Went up snowboarding. Was basically like I had to pull over on the side of the road, and I literally couldn't continue my journey home for like 4 hours. Like I just was like laying in the back seat in between like getting out of the car and having a moment on the side of the road.
You were using the bathroom number 2 on the side of the road in the snow.
It was the double end.
A double ender,
Double ender.
on the side of the road.
Yeah, I was basically like a fun sprayer. So I had told somebody that I got really gnarly food poisoning from Taco Bell on Arapahoe. So he's like, "Oh my God, I got really bad food poisoning from Taco Bell on Arapahoe too." And I went in there and I made a stink, and they gave me this card.
You made a stink on the side of the road.
So
too.
I went into the Taco Bell, asked to see the manager, and they freaking gave me this card that I could eat for free at Taco Bell, but I literally haven't in that card. I think I gave that card to like Rob Morrow or something. I gave that card to somebody that was in snowboarding, and I haven't eaten at Taco Bell. It was so bad that I haven't eaten at Taco Bell since 1990.
How could Taco Bell, beyond them supporting Kai Lenny, giving him an award, how could Taco Bell get back in the good graces of Todd Richards? What could they do to get you back as a customer?
It's impossible. It's fucking
not
going
to happen.
It's impossible.
But don't you kind of like
No.
going to the bathroom like that?
No.
Seems like
that was beyond. There's bodily functions, and then there's like the third layer of hell of bodily functions where it's like
hot.
There's no control. And I'm like laying down in the back seat of a Volkswagen GTI just like crying by myself. By myself.
Too bad there was no GoPros at this time, because I would love to see this.
It was not good. Has anyone else out there ever shit themselves after eating at Taco Bell?
Well, Taco Bell, if you're listening and you want to sponsor a podcast about action sports and shitting.
This colon is a no taco zone.
Hey! That should be our new tagline. An action sports podcast about shitting.
I think more people would probably tune in, to be completely honest. Anything else?
I got some notes from some fans that they say they do like Todd's poop talk, and I'm just like, okay, well, if everybody likes it, then I'm on board.
It always just devolves into poo talk.
I'm on board. I'm not going to complain about it.
We didn't have Taco Bell back east for a long time, so I think that was also like New England growing up. There was one Taco Bell in New Hampshire at this mall, and we literally didn't ever get to have Taco Bell until I moved to Colorado, and I think I overdosed on it and then had that bad experience, and then my body was like, no more.
No mas, you mean?
No,
you need to live
dude, that would be
mas,
great.
Todd.
No mas moment.
No mas Taco Bell. Well, again, I'm a Del Taco guy. I love their fries. The end of this week, Thursday? I'm heading out to Puerto Rico for the ISA World Surfing Games. This is where we will field the final group of surfing Olympians, 5 men and 7 women. At the end of that week of competition, will be qualified for the Olympics. Little fun fact: you are not an Olympian until you compete in the Olympics. So if you qualified and you didn't compete, you're not an Olympian, which I just found out last Olympics.
I kind of feel like anyone would know that.
Not a lot of people know that. So this contest is going to be in Arecibo. It's got reef breaks, heavy water waves. There's 2 breaks, El Pico and Rastrial. So for an ISA competition of this magnitude with over 400 surfers, 50 plus nations represented, you need 2 breaks. They call them 2 podiums. Non-elimination, eliminated. Yeah, you'll tune in February 22nd all the way to March 2nd. I'll be gone, Todd. I'll be in Puerto Rico.
Thank God.
I'll be a freaking Rican sensation. It's going to be cool. History will be made. And there are national team dynamics in effect. Top-ranked men's and women's teams will earn an additional spot for their nation to compete.
Mm-hmm.
So if Team France wins the men's team thing, well, Team France, actually, they'll have 3 people in the Olympics already. We'll see what happens. It's time for the mid-show ad block.
Let me do it. Let me just get through it.
Yeah, but you need to sell these.
I'm going to sell it. Guys, if you are hearing my voice, then please buy these products because they continue to support our podcast. God knows why.
Because it's a great podcast.
Bubs Naturals. It's got all of your collagen needs. They have enhancing electrolytes. They've got everything you could possibly need for body functionality.
Hydrate or die.
Bubs Naturals. At Pannikin Coffee and Tea. Getting Leucadia and the greater San Diego area jacked up since 1969.
I got the Todd Richards today. I never get
Double
this.
ice mocha?
Double ice? Ice mocha.
Yeah, it's a double.
What do you mean double?
2 shots.
No.
1 shot.
Ice mocha.
Whatever. At New Greens.
Thought I got the Todd.
At New Greens will help you to keep your vitality, and outlive your friends, because we all know that is the ultimate flex. So you
Boners?
can point at your best friend when he is in a casket and go, ha ha, I had new greens.
You lost, bro.
See where you are now? At pedal.electric. Pedal Electric Bikes, it's almost spring break, and you know what that means. No spots to park at your local hot spots.
And these bikes are built well, so the springs won't break.
That's right. At pedal.electric. Vessel shipping. Vessel.com. Do you have some shipping needs, but you're too damn lazy to go to the UPS store?
Oh, I have something. Sorry.
What?
Well, this is actual pertinent information about Vessel.com.
Okay, go ahead.
So, my friend Tom DeLong from the band Blink-182 donated a guitar, an autographed guitar, to sell to raise funds for the K Street Creative, the bands in San Diego that lost all their shit in the floods.
Mhm.
A guy named Jared from Ireland bought the guitar for $6,000.
Holy shit.
So I typed all the stuff into vessel.com, VESYL.com. And you know, like when you're shipping internationally, it can kind of be like, I don't know, like
Because
what
their
are these words?
their addresses read like,
It's like
directions for
7X4.
cookies. Yeah.
Anyway, it was very simple. To ship a full-size guitar to Ireland, it was like $115 or something. So a great deal, very easy. I printed out the label right here, packaged it up, dropped it off the UPS store. So that's my true story about Vessel.com. Thank you, Vessel.com.
At Mint Tours, do you have fantasies about going to ride powder in Japan with a
Yes.
bunch of cool people? You
Yes.
should, because at Mint Tours is where you would go to have that done. The greatest people, the greatest tours, super fun, great lodge, great food. It's all fantastic. Book your trip with Mint Tours for next, I guess, January. I think we're going to go at the beginning of January again. So, like,
If you want to come with us and you're cool,
Yep.
we might let you.
I was reading the sponsors and it just went away.
I was looking at something for Mint Tours.
Where's the mid?
DiecutStickers.com, at DiecutStickers.com. Todd, we need a new sticker idea. It's time to order some new stickers.
I feel like I had one the other day. Ah, God, it's gone.
Were you at Ween last night too?
Nope.
Getting all
I do
loaded?
feel like that we're missing the mark if we don't offer a Todd's poo stories are the best part of the Monday Mass.
Sticker?
Yeah.
Who's gonna put that anywhere?
I know a few people. All right, skate news is brought to you by
God.
Bubs Naturals. What do you have for skate news?
Okay, this is pretty cool. So I actually have a visual aid. If
Are we
you're
done yet?
watching online, this right here is my new board. This was given to me by my friend Sketchy Tank. This is actually a creature, Sketchy Tank graphics. But Todd, this is a VX board. Feel this, okay?
Hmm?
So VX construction.
What's this, like Bonite? It's thinner than a
VX
normal. It's thinner
decks.
than a normal skateboard, Chris.
Yeah, VX decks are thinner, stronger, and have more pop than standard 7-ply decks. 5 plies of North American maple, 2 layers of Quad X technology. Now, I've always just been like, I ride different shapes and stuff, but I've always like,
This is a really good looking deck.
it's a good
What
board.
is it, 8.5?
8.5,
Oh, I like this.
Indies,
I like this.
Spitfires,
Look at that board.
bones, bearings.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, this is like, this is the best board I've had in a while. It's just like snappy with that VX tech.
You like these square wheels, huh?
I do like the square wheels.
Why?
I don't know, because I saw like a cool skater guy at the park and he had square wheels.
Hmm.
I got these from Mike Burnett actually.
They look like old rat bones.
Yeah. So there's my board.
I think
just wanted to say
that's a good looking board.
it's a good
It's
board.
a good shape.
New technology, VX Tech. And if you've been watching on Instagram, Creature's probably gonna reach out soon, and at least put me on a small monthly retainer. Did you
You-
see my ollies?
You know what Ken Block told me once, and I think it's the funniest thing ever
What?
and very true. You know, like most snowboarders put out like skate clips.
You know, I was actually going to bring this up because last week you were saying how much you liked a couple snowboarders who put out skate clips, and I almost brought this up.
No,
Remember what Ken
I-
Block said.
Kenton said that I don't follow snowboarders to watch shitty skateboard clips.
Right.
But I feel like it's changed though, because a lot of the kids that they're so
Right.
good. Like they're so good.
My-
It's no
yeah.
longer shitty skate clips.
My skate clips are kind of like personal little Make-A-Wish videos. Like when I'm putting them up there
What do you mean?
and people go, "Oh, good for him. Look, good for him.
You're
Good
trying.
for this guy." No, I really do post clips of myself skateboarding in the hopes that it will inspire you out there to skate. Because if I can do it,
No,
anybody can
it
do
is. I think it's inspiring. I think it makes me feel like I don't skate enough.
Well,
I do
you
want to go.
don't.
I want to skate that mini ramp.
Oh yeah, So Fridays at the park over here, we do adult swim. It's a bunch of grown ass men and women meeting to skate.
Hey, I'm gonna say this too to
Yeah.
tack on this. There are a bunch of really fun Instagrams these days for people of our generation, like adult skaters.
Yeah,
You know, there's past participle. If you don't follow at past participle, please do because there's just all old school skate stuff. There's Skate Wives, which is real. Do you follow that one?
no
It's so funny, dude.
skate wives.
It's this woman who does voiceovers of her husband who actually is like a really good skater, and she just clowns on him the entire time.
Nice.
That was the whole. You ever see that thing? My husband's been tossing salads every day. He's just tossing salads over here.
Oh, I do think I follow skate
so
wives.
so good. And then there's another one. It's this guy in Utah. It's like something painting. I don't know. I follow him, but it's also like this guy who has all these fun little analogies of like how older people like us look at skating and how we would look at other people in the skate park, and it's great. I just think it's a really fun. It's weird because when I was coming up, there was no such thing as like an older skater. Yes, thrift store.
I'm ordering.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
ordering
you for that.
Mexican food
Yeah.
on the phone.
Are you really?
Yeah.
From where?
My son.
Oh.
Stefan Janoski has been epically latered, and
Yep.
this episode is another absolute banger. Patrick O'Dell, you crushed it with this one. This really does answer a lot of the questions that many of us had about Stefan, who is one of the nicest dudes, sickest style, one of the best styles in skating, and then through his hard work, his dedication, his sense of style, he went with Nike and created, I think, the highest selling skate shoe ever made.
Still going.
And he made a ton of money off of it.
Did they
but
buy
he's
him
been,
out
like-
on that?
No, he said he wants it offered to sell the name Janoski, but nobody bought it.
No, but like, is Nike still paying him for that shoe?
Yeah. Wow. So there's two, I guess, like at the Nike factory, one of the factories, there's like two wings. Jordan, Janoski. That shoe is that popular. You gotta watch the Epicly Later'd on Stefan. It's
Yeah, I'm
super
gonna
good.
check that out.
There's some quick hits of skate videos that you've got to watch. Todd, you've got to watch them too. Primitive just dropped Daydream. It's insane. It's so good. Dylan Jabe, Felipe Moda, the Primitive team going off. Blake Carpenter's part is essential viewing, and Alexis Ramirez, El Corazon part is really, really good. So those are things you need to watch. And if you want to read something very good, Bill Weiss has an interview up on Jankum.com right now about naked 540s. Have you ever seen a naked Bill Weiss 540 in real life?
Bill Weiss doing it
Real life.
in real life.
Describe it for the viewers.
Usually it's at a demo or at a contest that Bill didn't make the cut, or he's there and people start chanting, and then Weiss is kind of skating the vert ramp with everybody. Actually, I saw it at a it was basically Canada's version of ASR in Vancouver.
Oh, a big trade show.
It was a big trade show, and it was like maybe like a 16-foot wide mini vert ramp, and they called him out, and I think it was Chalmers and Mike Pregnell and a couple of the other maybe Sluggo was there, like a couple of the other vert homies that I knew from there, and just started calling Weiss out, and Weiss because Weiss is like a really good vert skater, but you can kind of tell that he excelled at partying for a while.
Yeah.
During that time, and so he still has really good fundamentals.
Yeah.
But usually kind of wobbly, on like a street board. So he would like take a couple like warm up runs on the vert ramp and maybe like almost hang up on like 4 backside airs, and then all of a sudden his clothes would come off and he would just he makes them. Like his make ratio
Yeah.
on padless McTwist is really high.
Well,
Or naked, yeah.
it's like he
Naked
did it,
with no pads.
I think he did it once or twice, and then it just became a thing.
That's
He
his
was
thing.
there. He had to do it. So here's one of the answers they said. How many times have you done the naked 540, and how often did it work out? He said 20 times it worked out, almost every continent. 80% of the time it worked first try. The ones that didn't, 4 or 5 slams before it worked. So slamming naked, getting masonite burns everywhere, and
Can you imagine getting a masonite burn on the tip of your wiener?
dude,
That
yeah.
would really, really hurt.
yeah,
I slammed once really hard on my chest, like slammed really hard, and my
no shirt.
No, I had a shirt on, but my zipper in my shorts fucking scraped the shit out of my dick. Like the head of my wiener got scraped by the zipper in my pants.
Let's
That's
keep
how
it to
hard I
poop
slammed.
talk, Todd.
I'm just saying, like, and I can't even imagine slamming naked and then sliding down masonite.
Yeah, he says, I would tell people it's safer to skate with clothes on. You kind of forget you're naked, except when you slam and you're lying on an arena floor with the whole place dead silent. Go to jengam.com and read that interview. It's awesome.
So good.
Snow News is brought to you by Mammoth Mountain. Mammoth is absolutely firing. Get up there
Oh yeah,
and rip.
I have some news.
What's your news?
Many of you that have followed me over the past whatever.
Let me guess.
amount of
Boots.
Nope.
No.
We've moved on from boots.
Really?
Where
Where are my boots?
Last weekend, I was sitting in an airport in the Midwest, and I relaunched. Well, I just searched for Moro snowboards.
This is bigger news than you're leading on, Todd. This
no,
is
it's not.
huge.
No, this is pretty. This is good size news.
Okay. It's a great
So
size.
I relaunched. Well, I didn't relaunch. I basically just launched Moro Snowboards Instagram because
Did you ask anyone at Moro Snowboards?
No, and the crazy thing is Moro Snowboards wasn't taken on Instagram. I was like in shock.
Okay.
And so since that time, I've got some group chats with a whole bunch of my friends that rode from Moro back in the day, and photographers, and all these different people. And there's a reason why I'm doing this, and I'm not gonna say it out loud, right?
Okay.
I'm not saying shit.
Will
right
you
now.
say it to me in private?
I'll say
Will
it.
you say it to me in my
I'll
ear?
say it to you in your ear later.
Okay.
But so if you go and you follow at Moro Snowboards, I'm using it as a cultural
Like a zine?
a scrapbook.
It's like a zine.
Yeah, it's like of Moro, because I feel like over the years, some of these brands that have come into Moro especially, because I feel like they had such a huge place in the industry for a really long time, and they went away. And then there's not really, like, people don't even know, like it's just like the memory and the significance of what they did with technology and the art direction alone, and having that just fade away. And like, it's just the only place that you can find this is like if you have old magazines or the stories from fucking old heads like me. And I just felt like it was time to put something, and kind of like, even if I can't do anything but have an Instagram and have people submit photos of them riding Moro boards, or this is a Moro they saw, or like this is riding at Mount Bachelor with Rob Moro or whatever.
Right.
I'm just going to use it as a cultural hub for that and other things.
Okay. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I think
What about the tagline? Do you know Moro? Question mark.
it's not good. We had a couple really good taglines. We had snowboarding is just an excuse to suck at skateboarding.
That's pretty good.
That was a Moro tagline. We had Moro snowboards. If it was up your ass, you'd know. That was another good one.
That's a great one.
We had a new symbol of strength. That was the very first tagline for
Right.
Moro. But we've had some good taglines. And do you remember Joe Soren. Do you remember that name? So Joe Soren
do.
worked at Transworld for a while. He used to do art for Transworld.
Okay.
And he did a lot of really incredible graphics for more snowboards. And he's like a straight up, like a surrealist. He would draw animals and people. And he's like a really famous artist now. Like
Okay.
a really famous artist. And it's just cool because you look back over like what Morrow Snowboards had.
Yeah.
And like from Scott Klum, who, you know, remember those
I feel like you're just making names
I'm
up.
not. So Klum,
For
Scott Klum.
Bob Nersky.
Scott Klum worked for Tom Sims back in the day, and he's
Okay.
the one that came up with that really bright graphic that you would see on the switchblade and the half pipe. That's Scott Klum.
Okay, the
Like the cursive.
cursive-y-
This is like the second or third generation of what the Sims graphic, the fluorescent.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's Klum, and then Klum came and worked for Morrow and revolutionized what typefaces were, like just typefaces, not just snowboarding, but like he did this magazine called Blur, and it was him manipulating typefaces like with an X-Acto knife and creating whole like fonts,
A whole new world.
a whole new world. So I think that's really
That's
cool.
cool.
And that's
And this can be found on Instagram at
at
Morrow
Morrow,
Snowboards.
MORROW Snowboards.
Sweet. I got some snow news.
Okay, go ahead.
Our friend Eric Blem, North County's own New York Times bestselling author, is going on tour with his new book about the life and tragic death of snowboarding's original superstar, Craig Kelly. Todd, you read this book and loved it. Tony Hawk says this is a must-read, not just for fans of snowboarding, but for
it's-
anyone looking for an inspiration and an unlikely hero. It's called The
It's-
Darkest White.
It's very cool. It's, you know, if you came up in that generation and you obviously were like a fan of Craig Kelly, I don't know anyone that wasn't.
Yeah.
And it's just cool. It's a cool story that kind of talks about Craig's transition from being this iconic Burton rider to finding a new path, living outside Nelson, BC.
So he was the original guy who did contests, won all the contests, and then said, "Screw
He
it,
was
I'm
like-
going to the backcountry."
He was kind of like Kelly,
right.
like that. Like I would equate him more like Kelly Slater than I would like a Tony Hawk.
Okay.
He's more like Kelly. Like there's more. It's just I don't know.
Well, don't take our word for it.
Yeah, read it.
I mean,
It's
take
out.
our word for it, but
is
also
out.
read the book.
It's out now.
Eric Blem's going on tour. He's going to be in Boulder, Colorado at Boulder Bookstore in February 26th. Tuesday, he'll be at Bookworm of Edwards in Edwards, Colorado. Thursday, the Burton Flagship Store in Santa Monica. Barnes & Noble Encinitas on March 1st. All over.
Mm.
He's going to be all over. You can check out all of Eric's stuff at Eric Blem, EricBlehm.com, and also Eric Blem Official on Instagram. So if you want, you should read, first of all, you should read books. And if you do read books, if you want to read books, you should read the book about Craig Kelly. 'Cause
And if you
it's really
can't
sick.
read, find someone that can read and have them read it to you.
Is this going to be out on audiobook?
That's a really good question.
I think you should read it
You know,
if it's not out on audiobook.
I'm not gonna. It takes so much to do an audiobook read.
So much reading
It's so much reading and also
out loud.
out loud.
Other snow news. Homesick is coming.
Yeah.
I just saw announcements. Salema is going to be there. I know they're just like now trickling out announcements of everyone who's going to be
Natural
there.
Selection's coming up, and then also Dew Tour and the Peace Park and all these other things. And there's an event called the Roundup that's going to be happening at Woodward Park City, and that's Jill Perkins' event. It's a mini pipe event. And that's
Jill.
the first week of April, the first weekend.
Dude, my snowboard bag's right there.
What are you gonna do? That is it
I need to pack it up. That's all my gear's still in there.
is shit wet?
No.
You're good.
No, you don't get wet in Japan. So
Yeah, because you didn't go snowboarding.
we're going. I did snowboard 3 days in a row. We're gonna snowboard in Copper Mountain coming up in March for Dew Tour. We're gonna catch a couple carves. You know,
Catch some cars.
I'm gonna catch a couple carves on my board with my boots that I need.
Oh yeah, I have those.
Can I get them?
I have a lot of boots at my house right now. Yeah, you can have those. All right. Nerd
Those.
News is brought to you by New Greens.
Yeah.
Do you have
Say
Nerd
it
News?
confidently. I don't have any
Nerd News is brought to you by New Greens.
I only do cool shit. I don't do any nerdy shit.
I watched the season finale of the
True Detective.
and it's okay.
Oh. So like the Brazilian Storm, you're saying True Detective may have fizzled out a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's all I got.
Interesting.
Now who is it?
Look, I have a lot of friends, a lot of people that I work with, clients. People are texting. I don't have any nerd news, but I do have questions.
Okay. Well, let's do some questions.
And then let's get the hell out of here. Right? Okay, questions. We've got questions. You've got answers. Okay?
And you guys can also put questions into the chat, too.
Old nerdy bastard comes through with a classic. Will we see a naked wet cat from Todd at Homesick?
I can't even imagine trying to snap into a wet cat right now.
What about naked, though?
There's no way I'm doing that naked.
That's weird.
I'm looking forward to having a half pipe wall that is soft at some point. That is actually a good like well-shaped
a slush pipe wall.
Kind of like not like overly slushy, but soft. I feel like I haven't had a backside wall that's been soft in like 3 years.
Have you had a backside movement that's been soft lately? In Darren Navarrete, this is from Adam Etsard. In Darren Navarrette's 9 Club interview, Darren talks about how important it is to respect, celebrate, and preserve the history of skateboarding, the riders, the brands, the companies. In my opinion, this holds true in skateboarding and surfing, but hasn't been fully the case in snowboarding, except for Todd Richards, keeping it alive. How can snowboarding get the recognition it deserves for its history?
I don't think that that's true. I think there's a lot of people that are aware
Celebrating the history
and want to celebrate the history of it. I feel like that's, but there's not as many. I don't think.
Well, Homesick is a great example.
Homesick is
of
a
something.
super good example.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there that love the history of the sport, but there's not a lot of people that have voices, and it's not. It's probably not the most financially profitable to like run your whole show on nostalgia.
Well, and also snowboarding's not that old compared to skateboarding and surfing.
No, but it's moved so fast that the generation of the late 80s and 90s seem like an eternity away.
Well, I know, but surfing was, like the 50s, the 60s. There's all these generations of cool shit.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think that they're, like, you got guys like Zebulon riding these giant boards. That's like a very subtle throwback to the old school.
Yeah, but like the Zeb ride, like I forget what size board Zeb rides. I think it's like a 170.
Yeah.
But like a 170 back in like the 1989, like I rode a 1710 blade like as a race board, and that's a 171.
Right.
Like, so that's like not. It's like a lot of this stuff that everyone thinks is cool and freaky and new, like it's been done.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but that's like him doing a shout out throwback to.
I don't think he knows.
What's that long question?
I don't think that some people know that they're throwing back. That's the thing. Is like I don't know. Here's a question. This is from number multiple underscores 40 slicks. What's the latest BS gimmick product of the snowboard industry? Just like the old snowboard bindings that had the springs in them, circa 2015. My current biggest gimmick product of the snowboard industry is the Clue bindings.
What's that?
It's these bindings that like you strap on, like the high back, like basically the heel cup and the high back are on your boot.
Oh.
And you step into them. You would love them. There's step-ins. If you want to have a great powder day.
I'm not a step-in
I don't
guy.
know, dude. I just think that
I ride step-in bindings once.
I think that there's,
and I'm Jack the Ripper.
It's
One little murder, and I'm Jack the Ripper.
You can paint a million fences. I don't know. It's a weird thing that they're being touted as this incredible thing, but they're really only sold on Instagram.
Interesting.
It's really or Facebook, and that usually is like, but
everything I've ever bought on Instagram has sucked.
Ooh, here's one. Light sodium soy sauce for me says, Mount Rushmore of snowboarding. Which four faces are on it for you? This was actually a question that was posed
Sent
by
in
the.
on Instagram.
It was
so-
posed by the bomb hole. this
Oh,
morning.
okay. So we're just
So-
appropriating their shit.
Well, someone asked it, so I'm going to answer it. So, for sure, for me, Terry Kidwell.
Okay.
Terry Kidwell is the father of modern freestyle.
All right.
I would say Jeff Brushy, Chris Roach, and
Craig Kelly.
probably
You.
no,
He's like
probably
Richards.
probably Craig. Yeah,
Okay.
that's mine. No, Tom Sims.
All right.
I mean, that doesn't take it. Well, yeah, that's me. That's what I'm. That's what I said.
All right. I'm just gonna go with Todd on that one. Hannah Lee says, "What are your thoughts on live action adaptations of cartoons and anime? Any favorites?" It's sometimes harsh. I've never like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for example.
Arcane.
I'm like
Arcane.
not into it.
Arcane.
What's Arcane?
Arcane is fucking amazing.
Well,
It's,
if you're gonna want to peel back the onion a little bit, you can go, The Dark Knight, Batman. These were top-notch, A+ adaptations of comics.
Invincible. That one's really
I
good.
don't know what that is.
It's on Amazon. Here's a question from Danny Cass.
What are your thoughts on it? You like it or don't like it?
I like it if it's done well.
I like it sometimes. Sometimes I don't.
Danny Cass says, Hi, Dan. Who's the greatest rider to ever rock step-ins?
Not me.
I think that's an incredible question, and I'm going to go ahead and say Travis Parker.
Oh, Travis Parker?
Travis Parker
What
rocked.
about,
He rocked step-ins. Chris Ingelsman rocked step-ins.
Gunny. Gunny rock step-ins.
Gunny rocks step-ins, but I'm going to say that Travis Parker.
So, like, all the time.
And do Flo and Nidecker count? Whoa, that's wow. Because if it's Flo, then it's Scotty Lego.
All these guys actually rode step-ins and did jumps, and
Yes.
spins and flips.
But like so Dan, like I think that if we're talking step-ins, right? Like step-ins are like it's a boot and you step onto the board and
you
it
step
locks
in.
Right. A flow binding is just it's like you're shoehorning your boot in. Like I wouldn't consider a flow binding to be a step in.
That's a step in, but step-ons are when you step on.
Right.
That's just the technical term.
But I'll just say this: is Scotty Lego he's like he's in my top 10 of most stylish snowboarders that have ever lived.
I think
Freaking
Danny
love that
Cass
guy
is in my
so
top 10 of most stylish snowboarders to ever live.
Oh yeah,
and
Jason
probably
Brown,
the coolest
rode
guy
him?
who's tuning
Oh.
in right now. I got a question, not a question, from Austin Wolf. No question, just a comment. Moguls are loads of fun on a snowboard. It is incredibly satisfying finding the rhythm, and each run has a lot of variety as you pick a slightly different line coming down. I disagree. I think moguls are whack.
You don't like
I don't
moguls?
like them. I like Austin for sending that, and I like his positivity, but
I feel like there was a
clunk, clunk, clunk.
we used to do this.
That's the sound of going down moguls.
We used to do this thing at A Basin. So Arapahoe Basin in the springtime would get these like pretty mega mogul runs,
Right.
and we would like have contests of like pointing it down. You couldn't turn.
Right.
You just had to like run them, and like we would just get destroyed.
Just
Like,
get bucked.
Totally bucked, annihilated, and for some reason it was super funny. I can't even imagine trying that now.
Oh my God. Here's a question from Devin Curran. Devin Curran says, "What was your favorite song from the Ween concert?" And Todd, thanks for your help this weekend trying to get me set up for the ski hill. You helped Devin this weekend? Getting him set up for the ski hill.
Oh yeah. No, that's for we're gonna hook somebody up with some stuff.
Oh, sweet. Okay. My favorite songs from Ween, Transdermal Celebration was one of the first songs they played, and that just set it off. That was, the Blarney Stone. Got the whole crowd singing. Yeah. Good question. Matt Allen, question for Todd. Thanks, Matt. Todd, what was your greatest fear as a professional athlete? And are there any you could never overcome?
Ooh, greatest fear as a professional.
Well, I was a professional athlete too, Matt, and my greatest fear was big waves, and no, I could not overcome that fear. Hence the reason was no longer a professional athlete. Go ahead, Todd.
Greatest fear.
Like doing a 900 on a snowboard.
No, I think my greatest fear was for a long time. I had to force myself to ride rails in slopestyle contests. I wasn't like, I didn't.
Rails are
I, di-
scary.
I didn't
dude.
particularly like it, and this is at a time when it like that really wasn't like it was just the beginning.
You kind of had to though.
I think racing, because
Really?
back in the day when I first was playing the pro snowboard game.
Come on in.
I had to race and like
Look at this guy.
downhills.
Come
Look at
around here.
this.
Come around here.
So that's my answer. Chris
That was great.
has got food.
Roman, come back. Yeah, you're come into the show real quick. We're in the questions right now. Hold on, we can't see you. Roman Coté just brought his dad Juanita's. I've got 3-rolled tacos. Roman, give us a 15-second parkour report. What's the cutting edge of parkour right now?
I mean, like, Ellis is still killing it. He is probably still the best right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
not too much new stuff.
You training every day?
Yeah.
Latest trick?
Oh.
Put you right on the spot.
Do you remember yesterday I did the backflip 360, but like you like pause in the middle.
Oh, I saw that.
Sick.
Thank you so much, Roman. At the Roman Coté.
Roman news is always best news. What else
Roman
you got?
brought some
Oh,
rolled tacos. That's yours.
Chiquitos.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll take this. You can take that bag.
All right. We're
Thanks,
gonna.
Roman.
These guys are gonna eat.
We got a couple more questions.
Okay, we have more questions.
This is a great one.
Here's one. Malpractice makes perfect.
Love you, Roman.
What's up with Red Gerard and Decine Quicksilver? Well, Red left Quicksilver, and now he is riding for Decine.
That's what's up.
That's it.
This is a great question. Rob Reed. If you could be hypnotized to have full confidence in everything you do, but as a side effect, you would shit yourself more than usual, would you do it?
I don't know.
I have a friend.
I'm looking at this question that you have to answer in a second.
I have a friend who was hypnotized 2 different times. 1, to cut down on drinking. 2, to stop biting her fingernails, and it worked both times.
So let me see.
So if I was to be hypnotized to have full confidence in everything I do, but I would also shit a lot, which is kind of hard because how do you have full confidence in what
absolutely.
you're doing when you've
Totally.
got to shit?
Totally.
So I'm pretty confident already, to be honest.
No shit.
And I have what'd you say?
I said no shit. Here's a question for you. This is actually fairly amazing.
This is sexually fairly amazing.
It could be.
Okay.
This is from Mr. Daniel Cass. Question.
Okay.
What's the weirdest looking part of your own body? Elbows, arm outs. What do you think is the weirdest looking part of your own body?
I'm gonna say like this, the bump like at the base of my neck, my back.
How do you see it?
Well, because like going like this when I'm on my computer a lot, I just like.
Yeah, but how do you
crunch
see
down.
it? Like, how do you know it's weird looking?
Sometimes there's a fold on the back of my neck, which I don't like.
Hmm.
I see it sometimes. The bald spot on top of my head is the weirdest looking part of my body. Danny, you got me thinking now. All these weird parts of my body. Do you want to know what the most beautiful part of my body is, Danny?
What is it?
My ass. No, I've been told that it's great.
I think
What about you?
the weirdest part of my body.
I mean, my
I've got-
undercarriage might be. I haven't seen it in a while, but
I have like my toes are weird.
your toes are weird.
Yeah, they're weird.
So you cannot start an OnlyFans for your feet.
No,
You might be able to with weird toes.
no, they're not, it's not like there's
What's the
that
weirdest part of Danny Cass's body?
Yeah, what's up with your body, Danny?
Give us the good,
Why
the
is your-
bad, and the ugly.
Why is your
Danny
body
Cass,
weird? What do you got going on in there?
He's like, I just want to know because
Because yeah,
I'd like for you to send me a picture. Danny, send us a picture of the weirdest part of your body, and we'll send you a picture of the weirdest part of Todd's body. Danny Caputo.
I'm not sending
On a serious note,
photos of my body anywhere.
Danny Caputo says, "Am I the only one who finds sunset harder and harder to watch each year. I understand it's a prestigious place and a heavy wave, but it's a boring watch in my opinion. I mean, yes and no. I find it pretty awesome to watch pro surfers have to earn it and struggle and get their ass handed to them and every other wave. That to me is fun to watch. Guys and girls eating shit at Sunset Beach is like its own show.
Mm-hmm.
The wipeout reel is always great because you're not gonna like die or get gnarly injured. You're just gonna get frickin' pounded. Like I do not like wipeouts at Pipeline because you could die.
But you
But
just get
Wipeouts
dragged
at
underwater
Sunset,
for a long time.
You get pitched, you get rolled and ragdolled. So there are certain elements of Sunset I like, and I like watching people ride bigger boards. I'm a fan of Sunset Beach, so I understand though you and Danny and some people.
No, it's
don't.
not like I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
I just think I've lost the fanfare.
In general.
Um.
This is a question for Todd about Arthur Longo's latest clip.
Oh,
You seen it?
the front 9.
Well, he says is it a front 6 or front 9?
Front 6 probably means front 7. I feel like it's on a frontside hip that resembles a half pipe wall, so I technically would just call it a front 9. It's the
Right.
same. It's the same
Meaning 900.
body mechanics. A lot of people don't realize that Arturo Longo was like a really really good pipe rider. Like he was really good.
I think it's pretty.
I think he went to the Olympics
because
for pipe.
Pipes have sides.
Danny, is that right? DK, didn't Arthur Longo go to the Olympics for half pipe? I'm pretty sure he did. It was either in 2010 or 2006 when you guys were there.
I think it's pretty sick that Danny Cass tunes into the Monday M.A.S.S.
Fuck,
personally.
yeah. All right, listen. We
so
got now. We're
Do
just.
you have a
we're-
caption contest on Instagram?
I do.
You did. You started it.
Oh, is this? I don't know. I was just trying to drum up.
Captain contest.
I was just trying to.
misspelling.
Yeah, but that was on purpose.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I gotta go
Okay.
now. I'm gonna be in Lake Tahoe, like I'm performing. I'm gonna.
Hey, I'm gonna be at Lake Tahoe at Giggles.
I actually am gonna be riding in Tahoe all next week.
So you will be performing.
If you're around, I'll probably be up at Boreal. Hopefully that Peace Park is reshaped and fun, or I'll be over at Squaw Palisades or anywhere.
And I'll be in Puerto Rico, and I think we're gonna try to do another international podcast with amazing audio and video,
Can't we just,
and it's gonna go.
You know what
so
they used to
good.
do? They used to just have reruns. Why don't we just do reruns?
Oh, greatest hits.
Yeah, remember like if Johnny Carson was gone or like Letterman was gone, they just do a rerun.
Right.
Why don't we just do reruns?
All right, I'm gonna post. Maybe I'll post the first episode ever with us together.
All right, that should be.
That'll be great.
great.
Hey, thanks everybody for
All
listening.
right,
and
later, guys. We'll see you on the flip side. Something is getting back 5. Hell yeah, Danny. Probably